is alive and roaring for Game 7.
Back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up.
Let's go. Kyrie Irving from downtown. This one is over. Believe it, Cleveland.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Still get chills every time you see that day in June, no matter what side of the result you're on. It was an epic, epic match, and these two cover the Cavs and the Warriors like no one else in the NBA. From the Bay Area News Group covering the Golden State Warriors, it is Anthony Slater, and from ESPN covering the Cleveland Cavaliers, Dave McMenamin. Amazing we got him tied down here for this interview because he's in the midst of a worldwide book tour, and you can buy this one now, available where books are sold. Return of the King, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the greatest comeback in NBA history. Dave, I'd ask you to send me the book, but I just want the book on tape. So whenever you get that done, send it our way. All right, guys, here, let's get into what appears to be a collision course for an NBA record third straight meeting in the finals between the Cavs and the Warriors. Dave, who do you think would be more disappointed between Golden State and Cleveland if they didn't win the rubber match this year?
Well, not to have my answer so influenced by the team that I cover day in, day out, but look at the construction of the Cavs roster. Their best player is LeBron James, a 14-year veteran. And as great as his 2016-2017 season was, and it was great, career high in rebounds, career high in assists, most triple-doubles he ever recorded in the season before, you can't hold off Father Time forever. So you think at some point there would be a decline. And then you talk about the Cleveland fan base having gone through that disappointment in the World Series, the Indians up 3-1, not being able to pull it off. They were to lose in the finals again with the Cavs. Those feelings of failure would have to creep back into their mindset. Ones that they thought had been banished forever because of that epic comeback against the Warriors. Whereas Warriors fans, I think they look at their young core and say, if we don't do it this year, well, we still got a chance to do this for the next 3, 4, 5 years because we have such a young core intact.
I think that's actually a dangerous thought, though, for the Warriors, just because, look, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are about to be free agents. Yes, people expect them to come back, but they expect them to come back because they're confident and they think they're going to win the title. You guys know when playoff failures happen, sometimes eyes wander. You don't know if they're going to be able to keep the core together with Iguodala and Livingston, especially if Durant and Curry take the mega max. There's money complications into the future. This fan base is, number one, extremely confident that they're better than the Cavaliers this season, which would, I think, make it kind of more of a disappointment if they didn't win it. Plus, it's their turn to answer, right? If this was a ping pong match, the Cavs have hit it, on the other side of the ping pong court with that win last season. I think the Warriors feel like they need to win. And remember, Kevin Durant is the only star in this entire matchup that does not have a championship ring. So I just think his implementation into it, may make the Warriors a bit more desperate.
Well, he's been under pressure and scrutiny all year long, Anthony. I mean, his whole career. This year, though, taken to a new level. And now things this weekend really get picked up. How do you think Durant responds to that big spotlight?
I chatted with him yesterday for probably about 15 minutes, and he said he felt more pressure when he was 24, 25 because he was obsessed with winning the title. He says he feels like he has a better perspective on life now, and if he wins the title, he'd love to have that experience. But the way he's talking, maybe it's just because he's trying to put less pressure on himself. He knows the matchups that are probably ahead of him. Kawhi Leonard probably in the West Finals, LeBron James in the Finals. Those are his matchups, small forward. He knows how good he has to be, but at the same time, he's got this kind of strange, worldly perspective right now, and he's trying to say he's not pressurized.